everybody, welcome back. Just want to give a quick thank you for all the support and kind words I received on my last video. It meant quite a lot, so from me to everybody, thank you. In this video, we're just going to be kind of talking about some things while I begin working on my hot springs onsen build for my pals. The location that I've chosen for this is just kind of northeast of Valet. And here there is a couple waterfalls. It has enough space to build in the water, kind of, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, I can't actually build in the water, but there's enough space around it in the rocks where I can put foundations to kind of cover certain areas, if that makes sense. And this location is about 175, -9. So if you wanted to go look for yourself to see if you could build anything there, those are the coordinates. One of the things I do want to talk about is Palworld just hitting 19 million players. That is an absolutely insane number of players, and that is just on Steam and Xbox, just topping all kinds of charts. Right now, at the current moment, it has 1.3 million concurrent players on Steam, which is just absolutely insane. And I have to say that I think it is well deserved. I mean, really truly what they did is they took a bunch of mechanics from popular games and they put it in a shell that has decent enough graphics that people will enjoy looking at it, at least. I mean, and they just mesh it all together and it's working, and I'm glad that it's working. I just kind of hope they take some time to soak in whatever success, whatever emotions they're feeling or whatever, and really kind of think about what else can we bring to the game that won't just feel like, you know, giga repetitive or whatever. Because I've seen some things like, this is a fourth of the map, we're going to be all the way around the tree, and people saying that's going to be cool and whatnot, but, I mean, what do? Raise the level cap to 200, and one area is 51 to 100, the next area is 101 to 150, and you're just doing this. I mean, in and of itself, it's a loop game, right? You do a gameplay loop, that's what the game is, but I don't know, I think maybe you can go about it a different way. I don't know. I think the raids idea is going to be cool. I think they can do a lot of cool things with that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I don't know. I mean, I'm just a longtime Pokemon fan. Been playing for, you know, since it came out. Well, I guess not since it came out, but since I could hold a fucking Game Boy in my hand and play, right? I lived in Japan for a little bit. You know, I've been to the Pokemon centers, I've collected figures, I collect cards, I've played all the games with Black and White, and in the past couple years, I mean, it's just kind of felt like the same game, because it's the same game, and it's unfortunate, because I do love the games. Palworld is kind of what I've been waiting for them to do for a little while, you know, like, change it up a little bit. Try to be different than what I mean, I know the formula works, apparently, at least slightly, but like, I don't know what happened to publishers and developers not being able to take risks, unless it's an indie developer and fucking their back is against the wall, and if this game doesn't work, they'll have nothing, right? Like, why is that what it takes? I understand that is sometimes what it takes to innovate, right? But these other companies have billions of dollars, you know, and they could make good games if they wanted to. They just don't, because, well, they're not making games for us anymore. They're making games for journalists. They're making games to get good reviews on fucking Rotten Tomatoes or whatever the fuck. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. At least we've had a couple good games released in the past couple years, Valheim being one of them, and that's one of the survival games that I have spent the most time in, building at least. You know, I've spent many hours just gathering and building and doing free world builds and stuff like that, and it's I don't know. That's where we are, I guess, right? I'm here for it, honestly. So yeah, I am here building an onsen for my pals. It's going to serve no functional purpose besides I will try my best to make it look good. I know the pals will probably get stuck or whatever in the water, and that's fine because it's not really meant to be anything for them to need to be able to move around in, right? So the way I want to take this kind of is I just kind of want to lay out the foundation first. I've already gone through it several times. I've built, you know, the base of a structure and then deleted it and rebuilt it and deleted it, and I just want to map out the shape first, right? And I want to make sure that I can cover the water, not cover the water, but have some parts of the base that there's like bridges, right? Because I feel like that's, when you think of an onsen and kind of how it's designed, there is parts of the structure that is over the water, right? Whether that's bridges or buildings or half a building being over a river, a little stream. I kind of want to capture that vibe with it. I'm not sure how easily that's able to be captured. I also kind of want to make it look like it was actually built rather than being just a bunch of square things, right? So I'm gonna need things that are different tiered and just slightly above another tier, slightly below another tier. Everything's not perfectly lined up, you know what I mean? So that is something that I want to try and capture, that kind of feeling and that kind of look. But then as I was building, I'm recording this after the fact to kind of just talk. After I was, you know, finished with the day's building or whatever, I felt like there wasn't a lot of room to build like a bathhouse type building. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to think about how to take that bathhouse structure in more than just deleting the roof off of it, right? How can I make that in a more compact environment, right? So that's something that I was thinking about while I was doing this. I do end up getting a lot of foundation down, what I would say is kind of like an entrance point or like concierge type front desk feel, I guess. But then I kind of need to transition that feel into a more relaxed feel. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. It is a lot of tricky work. I build just a floor, and then I realize when I build the tier, kind of how like the layer that's not exactly even level to it, when I build that little height tier or whatever, it doesn't line up, it doesn't look good. So I'll delete that and I'll retry. A lot of little lining up you have to do. And then one thing I'm thinking about is how much wood versus brick do I need to put in here, right? I built a loose structure in wood, but like how much brick do I really need? How much stone structures do I need? How much stone structures is going to, you know, capture that vibe better? Because I feel like if you think of an onsen, you can think of a wooden onsen, right? Like it's in the mountains somewhere, it's wooden, all the buildings are made of wood, all the floors are made of wood, but then also I can picture the exact same thing made out of stone. So do I just take pathways and make them stone? Do I don't know. That's something that will develop over time. While I was building and I was like trying to build a little house just to see kind of how it looked, I was missing the corner roof piece. If I could have had that corner roof piece, I think it could have looked okay with what I was trying to do with it, but I didn't have the corner roof piece. So when I just made it square, a square little indent in the thing, or I rearranged the roof to be just side to side or whatever, it didn't look right. And that's something that I hope they add. I hope they add a bunch more building pieces. Like I said earlier, I played Valheim. There's so many building pieces. So while it's not a huge priority, obviously, I do hope, I guess in the near future, after they can kind of work out some of these bugs and Microsoft helps them with their servers and helping updates to Xbox faster, that it's getting out some more building pieces. There is some promise here in this building. Sometimes it can be a little janky, yeah, of course, but there is promise. And especially with how the world is designed, there's a lot of flat places, right? There's a lot of wide open places, and then there's like on the mountains, in the snow, on a volcano, right? Inside of this little valley, this little crevice on the side of a mountain. with a waterfall. I hope they add some additional building features. A lot of cool options for building in this game. It would be a shame if they didn't realize that they had something here and they kind of just focus on the other things. It has a little bit of everything for everyone, and that's probably why it's so popular, to be honest, right? But like, they have something here with this. With the worlds, they were able to, you know, actually design the world instead of it just being RNG'd, right? So there's a lot of care and meticulous kind of designing done to the world, and I hope they let us explore that a little more with the building. And also I hope that we can eventually build on the water. That would be cool. The next part of this, it'll be more of a build with me or whatever, I guess, because I think I got a general structure down, so it'll be a little bit easier to kind of think out my thoughts, because they can get real messy in here. So yeah, the next one, we'll be talking a bit more while we're building. Enjoy the process there. I'll be cooking up some more guides. The last one, it went really well. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I really truly appreciate all the kind comments that were left. I will be back soon with another Hot Springs Onsen Spa Resort builds. Peace. Love your friends. And do whatever this guy says. Okay, bye.
なんとなく生きてんじゃないですか。迷ってんじゃないですか。生き生きさい。簡単ですよ。過去のことを思っちゃダメだよ。なんであんなことしたんだろうって怒りに変わってくるから。未来のことも思っちゃダメ。大丈夫かな。ああ、不安になってくるでしょ。ならば一生懸命一つのところに命をかける。そうだ。今ここを生きていけばみんな生き生きするぞ。